Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey Lennon.
And this is Volume Up by TheTease. So, the daughter of a hairstylist, blah, blah, we've heard it many times. But, knowing that there's a bit of like chair etiquette, if you will, or actually a particular way that you're supposed to sit in a chair when getting your hair cut. Did you know this, Jeff?
I did not know this one. I've heard of other peeves, and we've talked a little bit about like, don't wear a hoodie, don't do it this.
Yeah.
This one we've not covered, and I'm 1,000% guilty of doing this. So
no way.
Why don't you? Oh, yeah. But I don't know that it's been. So let's. What is the thing that people should not be doing?
So you're a stylist. We can all relate. You take the cape off, and you're like, "What? You've been sitting there with your legs crossed this whole time? You are in jeopardy of a lopsided cut, my friend, and maybe you've been a victim of this."
I just have barbers that don't care for me, and they're just letting me walk out the door the way that I feel like maybe there's been some corrections, but I tend to move around a lot when I'm sitting, so it's not like I would have sat cross-legged the entire time. So I'm just one of those people that can't sit still, which I'm sure is also a peeve.
Yeah.
Have you ever done this? Has this been a thing where did you know that you're not supposed to cross?
100% new.
Okay.
100%. I think about it many times. In the chair, actually, as neurotic as that may sound. So there. I was aware. I was aware.
Well, I'm glad that you brought it to my attention.
Just trying to help you out. On our last episode, we talked with Carlos Barreto. Carlos is an international marketing professional with extensive experience in building successful consumer businesses across multiple geographies. In the past 4 years, he has successfully built a 6-figure business with Clever Man, offering the most customized hair and beard color for men. Carlos is passionate about delivering customized solutions to consumers and is excited to continue and grow and innovate in this space. I see you here, Jeff, that you have not taken the plunge to color your beard, but maybe next time. Make sure you subscribe, rate and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
This week, we're talking with Whitney White. Whitney is a licensed cosmetologist and one of the original pioneers in the online natural hair care, black beauty, and lifestyle spaces. Her international brand, Natural85, is a respected source with over 2.5 million followers across her multiple social media platforms. And building upon her success, Whitney, along with her sister, Taffeta White, self-produced and self-funded the highly acclaimed and award-winning hair product line, Melanin Haircare, which has been featured in the likes of Essence, Forbes, Allure, Cosmopolitan, InStyle, and TheTease.com. Melanin haircare products are sold at melaninhaircare.com, Sephora, Target, Space NK, Selfridges, and Ulta Beauty. This combo is incredible. She also has a background in graphic design, which makes so much sense. When we get into that combo, you're not going to want to miss this.
All right. Something that maybe some people are missing on the shelf, on the .coms, are products with CBD. I was reading this article that was titled, "What Happened to Beauty's Obsession with CBD?" Have you noticed that our obsession has gone by the wayside?
Yeah. It was having such a moment.
Right.
Everything had CBD. Everything. Even things that why did it have CBD?
Right.
But now I hadn't, but I have noticed there's hardly anything. But tell me more.
Yeah. So, it started gaining steam, obviously pre-pandemic. In 2018, the Farm Bill was passed, and it was a decision to legalize hemp in the US. So as long as the THC content was below 0.3%, it basically changed the cannabis world as we know it. So after it cleared, the market started flooding with CBD brands, which makes sense, right? Hit a fever pitch in 2019. We all experienced it through the pandemic, and now poof, it's leaving the market. Some brands are even deleting it from their labels. Essentially, the cannabis connection proved to not be sustainable, which who would have guessed?
I mean, we could not escape this ingredient, the formulations that were all of a sudden having CBD. And then again, like the extent that we've even covered on TheTease.com, what is CBD as compared to THC and all of these sort of conversations that happened. And now for it to just be like, meh, we're done with that. A big shocker to me, and you and I talked about this off pod, is Lord Jones,
Right.
which had been known for their formulations, lotion, balms, all sorts of things. They'd even been known for their CBD gummies and all sorts of different flavors, which we covered on TheTease.com. I opened up an email that's like, we're closing up shop. Like, it's been fun. Lord
Right.
Jones is a wrap. And that was a shock to the system. The other ones, it's sort of like, they stopped offering. It wasn't a big deal. But that hit me. I didn't see that in the future. I thought that CBD was here to stay.
Same. There are still a couple around. I mean, Leaf and Flower still growing strong, which we love that brand here at TheTease. But yeah, a shift in the market with CBD being no longer in style.
Yeah. So maybe it'll be more intentional. And that's not a bad thing because, we could all benefit from some sort of intentionality. Let's talk about other things that are trending within our space over on TheTease.com. Our editorial team has been hard at work this week uncovering industry news, looking into trends, and diving into brands that you don't know, but you should. And here are some of our favorite headlines. First up, we've talked about the Barbie movie at length on this podcast, and I don't feel bad about it. The article is how Barbie lead hair and makeup designer Ivana Primorak transformed Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling into the iconic doll power couple. As the lead hair and makeup designer for Greta Gerwig's highly anticipated Barbie film, Ivana Primorak was tasked with a seemingly impossible challenge. She had to transform Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling into Barbie and Ken, the world's most famous and iconic doll couple, along with the rest of the film's star-studded cast, and to do so in a way that felt fresh but familiar. The veteran stylist, who's been nominated for her work on such films as Anna Karenina, Atonement, and Sweeney Todd, approached the hairstyling for the movie with impeccable attention to detail and a honed understanding of what the beloved doll represents. The results, a multitude of dazzling custom hairstyles that are pretty much everything that your 5-year-old self and your adult self, let's be honest, could ever dream of, from perky high ponies with corkscrew curled bangs and chunky oversized braids, adorned with bows, to fluorescent blue mermaid waves and gorgeous curls of all shapes and textures. TheTease had the pleasure of chatting with Primorak. Head to TheTease.com, where we got all of the behind-the-scenes details about the hairstyling, as well as what it really takes to become a Barbie girl. That happened, or just a Ken in a Barbie world. This article, so proud of the team. Really, really, really in depth. So many gems about the behind the scenes coming together of this film. I know you haven't seen it yet, but from the trailers, do you got a favorite Barbie look?
I do have a favorite, and just back to my good old country roots, but it's the cowboy looks, if you will.
Classics. They're so good. I mean, she's wearing mountains of hair. I mean, it's just like, the budget for this, the extensions, perfectly toned and light. It's a wow. Go to TheTease.com, read that piece, please. Guys, do that. Do yourselves a favor. Next up, ghost layers are the subtle haircut trend that needs to be on your radar. Here's how to get it. Everywhere you look, someone around you is bound to have a shaggy haircut. They're quite literally dominating the hair industry. Individuals with thick hair can go crazy with layers while not having to worry about ending up with sparse head of hair. On the other hand, what if you're someone with finer hair who desires a layered look but doesn't want to chop away? That's where ghost layers come in. If you're someone with finer hair, you're well aware of the struggles that come with it when deciding what style to go with. In the blink of an eye, things can start to look flimsy, wilty, flat. And to combat this issue, you'll need some form of layers to give your main movement. To learn more about the ghost layer cut, as well as how to achieve it, TheTease tapped hairstylist and creative director for Sam Villa, Teresa Romero, to share her insights on this trend. Head to TheTease.com for her tips and tricks. Kelly, are you aware of having ghost layers? Is this something that you were familiar with?
The name ghost layers is new to me. So thank you for explaining that. But I have rocked a ghost layer or 2 or 10 in my time. Completely behind the trend. I think a nice little face frame, a little subtle movement. I'm here for it. Mm-hmm.
You're here for it. You're pro. You're pro that. Pro. Lots of combos online about what is a ghost layer. Isn't it the same thing as XYZ thing? Sure, but people are calling it this thing now. So we're reporting on it. That's what we're about. Next up on TheTease.com, we're really excited about this one. If you're a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, this is going to be for you. The article is called "Wig Artist Elder Gorak Talks Designing Wigs Fit for a Drag Queen." If you've ever wondered how drag queens get their wigs to look so fabulous, both on and off the stage, you have talented wig artists like Elder Gorak to thank. Armed with a flair for the dramatic, Gorak is a creative mastermind behind so many of the stellar wig creations that are frequently worn by notable names in the Nashville drag community and beyond. From ultra-snatched ponytails to bombshell-worthy waves and curls, the Nashville-based artist has a gift for transforming wigs into eye-catching dream units for his clients. And it's no surprise that his extraordinary wig work has even made its way onto RuPaul's Drag Race. The Tease had the pleasure of connecting with Gorak to discuss how he started his career working with drag queens, what really goes into making all of those dazzling wigs, the misconceptions people have about drag queens and their hair, and how Tennessee's recent anti-drag laws have impacted his business. The craftsmanship in this story is just like nuts. I cannot even believe it. And again, he was so generous in sort of talking through his experience. But I got a question for you. I've often thought about this because I don't feel like I've got the face for it. Have you ever fantasized about a drag queen or king makeover?
I have not particularly. However, looking at these wigs and this hair and this volume, it's unreal. And so I would pop that wig up and just have a day with it. Have a date. Have a night. But as far as performing, I think that's probably something.
Yeah, that's too far. I gotcha. I feel like we all just want to put on these wigs. They're incredible. Go to TheTease.com and see what we're talking about. Yeah, love that. As always, so much going on TheTease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We're proud to publish stories that salon pros and consumers care about.
Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to Josh Landowski and Nathan Folks for the custom Volume Up theme song. And thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.